And we're back, everyone. The time is now 6:44. Take a second to look at your TV screen if you're up and around your house right now doing stuff. Look at those beautiful colors. I just absolutely love it. Everywhere you look in Billings, just this nice orange glow overhead in the sky. Something tells me it's going to be a great weekend. Let's go ahead now and get started with today's news. President Trump's plan to impose tariffs on steel and aluminum imports is prompting fears of a trade war. The president says the measures are necessary to protect U.S. industrial interests. Leaders from the European Union and Canada said they will retaliate if new tariffs are enacted. Russian President Vladimir Putin says his country has developed nuclear weapons that cannot be intercepted or shot down. He claimed the technology will render NATO's missile defense systems useless. The White House responded, saying Russia is violating its arms control treaty obligations. Heavy weather is now bearing down on much of the United States. A nor'easter is bringing rain, snow, and hurricane-force winds to the New England and the mid-Atlantic region. Out west, a severe winter storm has prompted fears of flash flooding and even mudslides. As for Montana's severe weather, 2 days after Governor Steve Bullock declared a state of emergency for parts of the state due to severe winter weather, he got a tour of Browning. Bullock flew to the Blackfeet Reservation with the Montana National Guard Thursday morning. Once he landed, Bullock met with Blackfeet Tribal Council leaders to discuss what they need. After that, Bullock boarded a bus and was driven through town to see how big of a problem the snow has become. As the bus drove down roads, some drifts rose to the tops of homes and snowbanks were so tall they blocked the view from the bus. Bullock says seeing this situation in person really gave him an appreciation for the work everyone has been doing to help the communities hit hardest by this weather. Deliveries are being made for propane, firewood, medicine, and food. The Montana Department of Corrections is asking for your help in locating an inmate who walked away from the Billings Pre-Release Center. Tyler Kim the Boy left the Men's Alpha House in downtown Billings just before 8 o'clock Thursday night. He's 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighs 240 pounds. The boy was serving time for assault with a weapon out of Hill County. He now faces a 10-year sentence for felony escape. If you see the boy, do not approach him, but contact police immediately. And the public should also be on the lookout for 5 Billings area children who were abducted by their non-custodial mother. The kids were on a temporary trial visitation when they were taken. Billings police believes the family may be headed to Wyoming. The mother, 34-year-old Tanisha Medicine Horse, is known to abuse drugs and has experienced drug-induced delusions, including paranoia. She's 5'6", 180 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Her children, Elena, Kayla, Asia, Tony, and Julian, are ages 3 through 11 years old. If you spot the children or have any information regarding their whereabouts, contact the Billings Police Department. Turning to court news, 2 men serving life sentences for the 1994 murder of a Helena area woman could soon go free after new DNA evidence points to another killer who was already behind bars. A jury convicted Paul Jenkins and Fred Lawrence for the 1994 murder of Donna Marr, who was kidnapped and beaten to death outside a bar west of Helena. But over the past few years, the Montana Innocence Project reviewed the evidence, and what it uncovered has shaken the case to its core. New DNA tests on crime scene evidence show it belongs to David Wayne Nelson, a man already in prison for a double murder in Deer Lodge 2 years ago. The hearing for both Jenkins and Lawrence is set for next Friday, March 4th. Meanwhile, a Billings man is being held on $45,000 bond for allegedly raping a teenage girl, then pushing her to sell drugs. 36-year-old Justin Huckabee was charged in Yellowstone County Justice Court Thursday with 2 counts of sexual intercourse without consent, 1 count of attempted rape, and 1 count of endangering the welfare of children. Court documents state Huckabee sexually assaulted the 15-year-old girl on multiple occasions in May of last year. The victim told detectives Huckabee introduced her to drug dealing and made her try methamphetamine to know her product. One of the people the girl sold drugs to told officers he thought she was only 12 years old. Huckabee was also convicted in December of possessing dangerous drugs, theft, and impersonating a public servant. A Forsyth man is in the hospital after he was shot by his father-in-law. The Rosebud County Sheriff reports a 56-year-old man and his 53-year-old wife had an argument involving a gun. That's when the woman's 74-year-old father intervened and exchanged gunfire with his son-in-law. The younger man was wounded in his leg but was able to drive himself to the hospital. He's now being treated for his injury here in Billings. A new anti-smoking rule is now in effect in Yellowstone County. Rule 7 bans the use of cigarettes within 20 feet of public buildings and also prohibits the use of e-cigarettes and other vaping devices indoors. Local businesses must post signs and enforce the stand back distance. Anyone can file a complaint against a business or individual they believe to be in violation, but specific information like name, address, and other contact information will be required. It is then up to Riverstone Health to investigate the complaints. Last week, the Yellowstone Tavern Association filed a lawsuit against the Riverstone Board of Health, hoping to get the rule reversed. On the campaign trail, Montana Congressman Greg Gianforte is officially in the running for another term in the U.S. House. Gianforte paid his filing fee Thursday to run for re-election. So far, Gianforte is the only Republican in the race. 5 Democrats and a Libertarian have filed to challenge him this fall. Elsewhere, questions about funding came up at a meeting on Billings' One Big Sky Center project. During a public meeting Thursday night, project organizers say they need $675,000 to get to the next phase. Hammett's company says it will put in up to $1.3 million. Concerned residents want to know how much of the $675,000 is already available and how much public and private money needs to be added. Supporters say some of that money will come from a potential sale of a downtown building, while the rest will come from a variety of public and private entities. Another meeting is planned at noon today at the Big Sky Economic Development Conference Room in Granite Tower. In other news, congratulations goes out to a familiar face who is now in charge of the Billings Fire Department. Interim Chief Bill Rash was appointed to the department's top job Thursday to succeed retired Chief Paul Dextrous. Rash has been interim chief for the past 8 months, and on Thursday, City Administrator Bruce McCandless removed the interim title, saying he's impressed with Rash's knowledge and experience. Rash has 40 years of service, beginning in 1978 as a volunteer for the Central Valley Fire District in Belgrade. He has also served as fire chief in Lewistown, Lockwood, and Belgrade, and was appointed assistant Billings fire chief in 2014. Wrapping up our news for this Friday morning, most expectant parents planned months ahead for their new baby's arrival, but one Billings mom gave birth to her baby boy the same day she found out she was pregnant. 19-year-old Katie Lapari went to the emergency room last month experiencing serious abdominal pain. At the ER, the doctor told her she was pregnant and estimated about 20 weeks along. That news was a major shock to Lapari, but she was sent home with instructions to take some Tylenol. Through the night, the pain intensified and she returned to the hospital only to find she was actually 40 weeks pregnant and in labor.
It's all kind of a blur, to be honest. It just went so fast. So I went in it was about 8:30 by the time I got settled, and I had him at 2, so it was pretty fast. They said that I didn't feel him because of his cord being wrapped around him, so he didn't move a lot. So that's really the only thing that they could explain.
And we are happy to report baby Bentley is a healthy boy. For the full story by Q2's Asia Gore, you can visit ktvq.com.